you were bare ass on the floor because you're wearing a skirt, skirt. And then I got worried about your vagina.
Bare ass.
Thank you.
Of course. So I somehow maneuvered your body up and slid paper towels under you to protect.
You did not tell me
Yeah,
that.
what? And she keeps texting me being like,
oh
I
my
just
God.
can't believe you did that. Like that was the lasting impression.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay. Whoa. Whoa. Okay, wow.
This is a public service announcement. Please stand by.
Bitches. Welcome back, guys. So yeah, we're gonna be continuing our reaction series to Alisha's. I don't know what she's doing here. Is she's like touring around and telling her story about getting blackout drunk or whatever. I don't know. I don't know what's up, but yeah. So we're going to be reacting to their podcast from Pretty Basic, Remi and Alisha's, one of their many podcasts. I mean, I swear it's like every time we turn around and it's like, let's start another podcast. So yeah, we're going to be reacting to that. And yeah, so, this podcast is titled Nepo Babies, Drunchies, plus Summer of Alisha, Pretty Basic, episode 271. Yeah. Taking a look here. I think you guys need to put, like, this is a sponsor. We make money off of this. You can't just say sponsors up there like that with the little things. That's great. I do think that it's good that Alisha decided to take my advice. Baby girl decided to take my advice here and start timestamping their podcast, which doesn't timestamp the thing that I want to react to today. So I set it up for us. So yeah, good for you guys. The FTC disclaimers, you got to put it all the way at the top, and yeah, so I got this on 1.25 times speed here. I got it all set up where we need to start. I got my vape for this. So I can get through this shit. And, of course, I got my... Can you hear it? My coffee? Because I need coffee to get through this. Those Alani news ain't gonna do shit, guys. All right. Y'all, let's go.
Well, wait, should we catch them up on the Luke Combs of it all, or do we want to just skate past that one?
You know what? All I will say is I did, in fact, get a little too drunk.
Happens to the best of us.
What? A what? We're going to stop it right there already. A little too drunk? Look at Remi there being like, yeah, sure, girl. She didn't get a little too drunk. As we've been talking about, she got blackout drunk. And she didn't get blackout drunk because she's on medications that made her blackout drunk when she drank. She didn't get blackout drunk because she didn't eat. She got blackout drunk because she drank so much alcohol. That's how it affects your body. When your blood alcohol gets to a certain level, parts of your body, your brain, will start converting because, like, your brain, parts of your brains is inebriated and it's shutting down and it's not good. You're getting towards alcohol poisoning, baby girl. So it wasn't a little drunk. It was blackout drunk. It was you drank to the point so fast that you got blackout drunk and you missed most of the concert. Let's continue.
I did, in fact, rookie move, didn't eat. And I also did,
Rookie?
in fact, have to go. I didn't have to. I insisted that they call an ambulance and take me to the hospital.
Call an ambulance. Call an ambulance.
Sir, how much have you had to drink tonight?
Yeah. She probably couldn't tell them. And remember too what we found out in listening to the Basically Unfiltered, where she told the story. She also thought she could have had an R pill put in one of her drinks. You guys know what I'm getting at, that she had a pill that wasn't hers, a pill that'll knock you out and give you amnesia and make you blank out for the night. Which, if I remember, I'm going to link it. There's a video I just got recommended and I watched about the Houston possible serial killer around Lady Bird Lake. And that they think that there are these rings of people who will go around to bars and they'll look for super drunk people, or they will put R pills in their drinks and then try to get them into fake Ubers. And then they'll somehow get these people to Venmo or Cash App them all this cash. They will get them to swipe their bank card and do all this crap, which this is interesting to me because I've heard of this thing, but down in South America when I was in high school, which was around the 2005, 2006. You ever heard that urban legend of if you go down to certain South American countries that someone can come up to you and blow this powder in your face that gives you amnesia, and then the next thing you know, you've cleared out your entire bank account for them, and because you were there putting in the PIN, there's nothing the bank can do to give you back your money. Yeah, I'll link this video below, but that was something I heard when I was in high school, an urban legend. If it was, I don't know. And now you're hearing about these rings of people going around, and they're women too, who are putting things in people's drinks so that they can steal their money and stuff. And then sometimes these people, a lot of these drugs and a lot of these party drugs, okay, I'm gonna be straight up, MDMA, the Rufalin, the man, I'm gonna get so dinged naming off all these things, the LSD, a lot of those drugs on the street, and I remember this from being an EMT, a lot of those drugs on the street are not actually pharmaceutical drugs that we would know. It's not pharmaceutical MDMA or LSD from a lab that, another, that they would get for the testing that would be approved and stuff in universities and shit with LSD and MDMA. And it's not the kind of Rufalin that, used to be prescribed back in the day. What these are and what will happen is a lot of these LSD, MDMA, ecstasy, a lot of these drugs get banned right in America once they catch on and become a designer drug, right? A lot of these drugs were originally pharmaceutical drugs that then became abused, especially the Rufalin. Well, in a lot of countries like China and down in Mexico, there's a lot of pharmaceutical companies or labs and stuff who will then create a synthetic substance chemical that is similar to the ecstasy or similar to MDMA or similar to LSD, but the chemical structure is not exactly the same thing as the MDMA or LSD. They'll call them research chemicals, research medications. And especially in China, this happens. I guess the law in China around creating pharmaceuticals is, as long as it's not the same chemical structure, you can do that. You can make something that is like MDMA, but it's not. And a lot of these drugs will have very, very nasty side effects, and they will affect you differently than pharmaceutical MDMA that are used in studies to help soldiers with PTSD type deal. You've heard of that recently over the last few years. There's been a lot of research through the VA and stuff about MDMA or LSD helping with post-traumatic stress disorder. So yeah, and then I've also talked my tumor. I have a prolactinoma, and the tumor, I take a small pill twice a week, which is related to LSD, but it's not LSD. It's called cabergoline, and it's similar, but yeah. So that's what's happening here is on the streets, it's not actually Rufalin. It's something that is a derivative or like Rufalin that is getting made down in Mexico or down in China, and it's being somehow imported illegally into the United States and distributed. Yeah, and then there'll be all kinds of street names for these different synthetic drugs, and, you know, the dealers will tell people, they'll tell them, oh yeah, this is MDMA, but it's not. It's something that is similar to MDMA, but because of whoever they got it from told them it was like that, and blah, 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 and the chain of, you know, importing, you know, smugs into the U.S. and shit. Yeah. This is totally getting dinged because I just talked all in depth about, like, street drugs. Like, I know from being an EMT and stuff, you learn this shit because you're treating people who are taking this crap and you're trying to save their life from an OD, you know? The other thing, the fentanyl too is the same way. Fentanyl on the street is actually fentanyl that is like, it's not fentanyl from, like, you know, that you would get if you were in the hospital. Like, I've gotten fentanyl when I was in the ER prescribed by a doctor. It's not like, I don't understand why people would want to take it. It's not like the greatest, it wasn't a great pain control. They gave it to me when I had pancreatitis. It didn't last long, and it did not help my pain and my pancreatitis, let me tell you. But I wanted them to fix it. I didn't want drugs to mask the pain. That's the worst, because then it wears off and you still have the same problem going on. They just masked it for a few hours. I needed real help. I needed to get off the medication that was causing the side effects type deal. But yeah, the fentanyl, it's a research chemical. It's like fentanyl, but it's not. And then they're cutting a lot of, you know, cocaine, a lot of that kind of like drugs when they bring them in with the fentanyl, because they're able to get this research chemical fentanyl, this generic fentanyl, so cheap and shit, and put it into the thing. So yeah, that's my little spiel. Just do the drugs that your doctor gives you. Like, really, like, it's these party drugs that it's a problem. So yeah, they don't know what got put in her drink. It could have been anything, for any number of reasons. And yeah, she wasn't a little drunk. She was blackout drunk. She was possibly had a Brufalin. She was possibly roofied. Let's continue.
I'm sober, brother. Both of us is quoting TikTok.
The skirt.
This skirt is what I wore, and it was funny because I kind of forgot I had it. I got this skirt from Urban Outfitters on clearance. I want to say it was like $15. And I wore her to Luke Combs, and
That's cool.
I just remember when I saw her, obviously she's been.
Okay, why do people assign genders to their clothes, their purses, or their cars? I know a lot of people do it to be cute and shit, but, like, that's never been my thing, is to, like, assign a gender to something. I don't know. It's an inanimate object. Okay. Let us tell us what she did in that skirt. That's a her, apparently.
You shouldn't have.
I really should have. I really should have. I thought she needed a good night.
Mm-hmm.
Or, debut.
A little bleaching, a little dunk in the bleach.
Little soak in the bleach.
I have to say, I told Lauren and Mia the whole story, and they were dying laughing. I mean, it's going out on the podcast.
What?
They were dying laughing, and Lauren keeps referencing, she said the best part of it all was, which I don't know if I told you this part, but I didn't tell it on the podcast. You were bare ass on the floor.
Here we go.
Because you were wearing a skirt, said skirt. And then I got worried about your vagina, obviously.
Oh, thank you.
Of course. So
What? Okay, whoa. I guess it didn't matter that I was talking about drugs on here because, well, Remi just said vagina. Let's go back. I was educating you about drug safety.
held on the podcast, you were bare ass on the floor because you were wearing a skirt, said skirt. And then I got worried about your vagina.
Bare
obviously.
ass.
Thank you.
Of course. So I somehow maneuvered your body up and slid paper towels under you to protect.
You did not tell me
Yeah,
that.
What?
and she keeps texting me being like,
Oh
I
my
just can't believe
God.
you did that. Like that was the lasting impression.
Oh
that
my
I left.
God. Oh my God. Okay. Whoa. Whoa. Okay, wow. Okay, wow. Pause game on fleek, yo. Wow. I gotta take a sip of my coffee here, and I gotta hit this vape because damn, that was a lot. Wow, okay. Let's break this down here. This is... Okay, first of all, this is some shit. Remi, baby girl. You're not a baby. You're not baby girl. You're just girl. No, this is some foodie beauty shit. This is like... Let me expose my friend on the podcast. We've been talking for a while here on this podcast, and I'm going to expose her once we get into it. So I'm just going to ease her in. This is kind of manipulative. And then also, too, it's like, this is not one part of the night that Alisha heard. And this is where, like, I'm going back to consent. Alisha doesn't know about this part of the night because she was either roofied or got blackout drunk, drank too much and got blacked out. But either way, she was out of it, right? She did not know this part of the story. And here's Remi telling her for the first time, about her being bare ass in the floor and putting paper towels underneath her vajayjay on the podcast while they're recording. And informing her that, yeah, guess what? I told this before you, Alisha. I told this before you. This is something that happened to you and your body, Alisha. But before you knew about it, because you were too out of it, you were too drunk or drugged up to understand what was going on. This story that you don't know about, I went and told other people. I went and told Lauren, and Mia first. Yeah, she's talking about Laura DIY and then Mia. But yeah, I went and told them first. This story that happened to you, this is just like as if a guy, let's say a guy took pictures of a girl while she was drunk in a bathroom or whatever, or did something to her or something that she couldn't consent to, and then went and told his bros. And then later on was like, yeah, hey, guess what? You know, when you were really drunk, girl, I took some pictures of you. And then I showed my bros, and they just kept texting and laughing about it. It's uncomfortable. This feels like a violation to me in so many ways. Like, how is this your friend, Alisha? Like I've been saying, this is not your friend. A friend would not tell a story like this to other people that you don't know about because you were blacked out. You were out of it. You couldn't consent. You were not coherent. You were not really conscious. She took this embarrassing story in a vulnerable moment because also, too, we don't know if Alisha has some kind of problem with drinking. We don't know, okay? We don't know. And that's for her to find out on her own. But this is sad in so many ways, you know, that you're doing this at a low moment. Remi, your friend's having this low moment. She can't even walk. She can't even control her body functions. She can't walk. Part of her brain is shutting the fuck down. You don't even know if she's drugged. And when she even brings up that she thinks she's drugged, you guys pass it off and laugh it off and say there's no way. When you don't know. You don't know, you never got her tested. This is some crap. Remember that noise? That's not a pew-pew. That's my air freshener. But yeah, this is some shit. You are not a girl's girl through and through, okay? You're a foodie. This is some shit Foodie would do. How Foodie would tell stories about Shannon or go and say, oh yeah, Shannon did XYZ at her daughter's graduation, blah, 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 and just tell everybody on a live stream. Remi does it too, but she just does it in a prettier package. Welcome to GORL World, Remi. Let's continue.
LOL. I'm just so sorry.
No, why would you be sorry?
Why would I
No,
not be?
she looks
Imagine
like
if I
she's gonna
wasn't.
cry
I'm
right
sorry
now.
for your lady parts. That's
I mean,
what I was
she's
sorry
been
for.
fine. No UTI or anything.
That's what I said.
Why are you still talking about her pusal? Why? Why are you still talking about it, Remi? This is weird. Not only, if you guys came over to my vlog channel, I've said Remi has tried to laugh off stalking Alisha to be friends, but now here she is talking about her vajayjay on a podcast. This is weird. No. How are you friends? No. This is not your OBGYN.
I said, I think she's
Alisha,
fine
no.
because I would have gotten a text of like a yeast infection or something.
Wow.
Yeah, that was.
Okay, wow. Okay. So now Laura and Remi are talking about Alicia's hygiene down there. Well, we don't know if she got a UTI from that or she could get like this and that, and trying to make her sound gross for not having like underwear or whatever, or being bare ass on a public floor. They're trying to shame her for that. When she was at a low moment, Remi's trying to make Alisha sound gross. I've seen other girls do this where they'll try to like point out something else someone else does and make it like, ew, and make it like a part of their hygiene. If you know what I'm talking about, let me know in the comments. But if you're a girl or a woman, or I'm a woman, you know what I'm talking about. Like there's something, women will do this where they kind of point out certain girls, like try to make it sound gross and stuff and try to make them sound. Remi, no. You're not competing. You're engaged. Remi. What are you doing? Stop being a pick-me girl.
The most
Let's
important thing to
continue.
me. Well, was your bits.
My lady bits.
Your lady bits.
Honestly,
Your-
those are very
your
important to me too,
bits.
so thank you.
Of course.
And I appreciate that.
Of course.
More than
Quit-
you know,
Yeah,
actually.
Quit saying it.
And yeah, I had no recollection of that.
That
Wow.
was
Yeah, which is why this is weird that she is saying this. Like, look at Alisha right now. She looks like, can we please stop talking about this? Can we please stop talking about this? Can you please shut the fuck up, Remi? Shut the fuck up. And Remi's not shutting the fuck up. This is your friend, Remi. You said this is your friend. Why are you treating your friend like this? Oh, wait. Because you might as well be Foodie Beauty. There's some other correlations I've been seeing lately, too, between Remi and Foodie Beauty and other girls. We're going to talk about that. Let's continue with this first.
Of course. And I appreciate that. More than you know,
Yes,
actually.
I'm sure.
And yeah, I had no recollection of that.
That
Wow.
was a good move though, me, because I went
Yeah,
like
because
this,
you can't
and then I went
consent.
with my foot.
She said these
right
Pilates
under there.
got me doing all
Yep.
these different moves.
The reformer up and under.
Oh my god.
Protect the lady bits.
I think my favorite part from that whole story was not only was it
Protect
our first
the lady
team bonding
bits.
for basically infiltrated.
Obviously.
Of course, we got to start strong.
Yep.
You know, be really.
That was some shit team bonding, in my opinion. That was some shit team bonding, you guys. For one, when Alisha raised concern that I'm not feeling well, something is wrong with my body, I didn't drink that much, and now I feel totally out of it and gone. The team is like, oh, that's fine. It's fine, girl. It's fine. Oh, no, there's no way you could have been Roofaland in this box suite at SoFi Stadium where there's other people that we don't know walking around. And plus, also, too, the people that are with you, you don't always know them. Like, look at Remi. She went and told Laura DIY and Mia about something that happened to you when you couldn't consent and you were blackout drunk. And then went and told it while you're recording on a podcast without running it by you first. Like, so what? She can sound like the cool girl and make you sound like you have gross hygiene because you were bare ass on a public bathroom floor at SoFi Stadium. That's your friend, Alisha. I've been telling you this on my vlog channel. That's not your friend. She does not care. She doesn't care about you. She cares about what you can do for her. And all those love bombing gifts, we're going to talk about that too. All the Gucci gifts, all the best friend days, all the I'm going to pay for this spa day for us bull crap. That's called love bombing, Alisha. That's to confuse you. So when she's treating you like crap, you go in your head, well, And we know Alisha does this because she loves to say how she can see two sides to the coin. Sometimes there isn't another side, like with James Charles. Sometimes there's no other side. There is one side, and it's the right side. And the right side says that you can't consent when you're drunk. And yet, Remi doesn't get that. Let's continue. Poor Alisha.
From there.
And I feel like I've, I brought the content.
You did.
I didn't intend for that. And I love how at first I was like, guys,
they peer pressured her into this. We know this. We know they peer pressured Alisha into putting this out. We know this was straight up peer pressure, guys. Like, this was like she went out with them, got blackout drunk, or refilling, and because it's like, oh, she had to be taken on a medical structure, and then she wanted to go to the, and Remi filmed all of it and took pictures of all of it, and, even posed next to it for content, like, you pushed her into it. She couldn't consent to any of this when she was drunk. She couldn't consent to you guys taking pictures or anything. And then afterwards, what is she going to do? Say no and have you guys like rat on her and act like, oh, she's not sharing stories like Remi shares stories or Zane shares stories or he so, You guys could be talking about other issues and things and not just like how you guys all F up as influencers all the time. There's a lot of other things going off in the world. I gave you guys a lot of like hints on my vlog channel when you guys started this, before the trademark fiasco, back when you were pretty unfiltered. I gave you lots of like that you had the opportunity for panel discussions, but instead you just sit around and repeat shit from 2017. It's not 2017 anymore. You're not in your 20s. It's time to grow up and be adults.
I'm not sharing this at all. This is so embarrassing. Like, I can't. And then I think you and Zane texted me separately and was like, hey, like, we don't have to talk about this.
He called me. Did I tell you?
No.
He called me and he was like, I want her to talk about it.
Here comes the manipulation.
Like, she doesn't need to. And I was like, no, she doesn't need to. And I don't think she will. But like, if she wants to, she can, obviously.
But it's like too good not to.
Content, baby, content.
But you.
Wow. Look at that face right there. Look at that face. Content, baby, content. Yeah. Your friend is struggling with something right now. This is why she's getting blackout drunk. And you're just like, content, baby, content. Like, let's make somebody, like, what if somebody was really struggling with something and we're just going to be like, content, baby, content, yeah. No, that's some fucked up shit, Remi. That is some fucked up shit. That is some duper's delight right there on the screen as well, if I've ever seen it. What do you guys think? I catch Remi doing duper's delight a lot. So, yeah. Let's continue with this.
But if you do, like, it'd be really fun. I was like, no, I feel that. And, that's the price I pay for putting my life on the internet.
You know what you say? You say that you're like a little more quiet on that pod for sure. You brought
price you pay for being Remnant's friends.
Honestly, I feel like I was speechless because I was like, that happened.
That's what you think about when you have a little too much to drink one night, or
the debrief.
Exactly, the debrief.
Okay, they always do these debrief story time things, and I think it's like bullshit because it's like we hear like how they had to debrief about meeting Beyonce, which was just weird in itself, but like, this is not content. This is sad. And it wasn't a little drunk. It wasn't like you just had a little too much to drink, or it was an accident, or just like, we just all get blackout drunk sometimes. Everybody gets blackout drunk every once in a while, guys. It just happens to you, like getting a cold or getting the flu. It's just an accident, guys. It wasn't Alicia's fault that she ingested all this, alcohol. If she was Rivaland, it's just an accident. It just happens. That's some bullshit. Doesn't just happen. Especially when you're at this age. And we've been hearing about how this has been happening for a long time. Because remember, we got the story time about Alisha being at Coachella circa 20, I want to say 13 or 14 with Ava, My Life is Ava. and getting so drunk they had to take her to the tent and she had to sleep it off there. So this is not something new for Alisha. This is something she's been doing for years. And even if it's just like a couple times every year, it's still not good. Your liver's still taking on that damage. And it also means there's something else going on with you. And I've suspected this for a long time. I've said it in my vlog channel. And yet, here we are. Alicia's still having the blackout drunk moments. Yeah. Or, she got roofland. I don't know. We don't know because she was never tested for any of that. And her friends just dismissed it. Let's continue.
Is like the most humbling and also just like fun experience of it all. Like we shouldn't repeat.
What was humble? What? What do you mean fun and humbling? What is fun, Remi, about watching your friend get blackout drunk? Why is that fun? Why is that fun for you? That's not fun. That's bullshit. What is fun about maybe your friend getting roofland? What is fun and humbling about that for you? Maybe Alisha, if she had learned from it and learned that this is something I can't do anymore, but for you, I don't think you learned anything because all you did was turn it into a fun time for you. You made it all about you, Remi. It isn't always about you, Remi, okay? Sometimes it's about your friend Alisha who is struggling right now and actually needs help, but you don't care about that. It's all about how Remi could get baby content, even at the expense of her friend being embarrassed and having your friend, the wounds of whatever problem this is dug into even more. Congratulations, Remi. Friend of the fucking year. Wow. Maybe we can give you that award in Girl World, that you can be friend of the year in Girl World, because Foodie has no friends, and she already got that award a couple years ago when she left her friend in the psych ward and said, "Oh, that's not my problem. I don't care." This just reminds me of you. If Alisha ended up in the psych ward, would you turn that and make that all about you? Because I think you would. Content, baby, content. This is sick. Let's continue.
What happens?
But that's true. The debrief is almost better than the going out. Just like the getting ready is better than the going out. Dare I say the debrief can be better than the getting ready.
I mean, I go out to get ready with my friends and for the meal that I get when I get home.
Oh my God.
You know what I mean?
The best thing ever is when you're like,
oh, what? What? You only go out so that you can get ready and you can eat the food after. This part's going to be interesting, okay? I want you to hear this. Let's continue.
What am I going to eat when I'm home? And then you're thinking of all the leftovers in your fridge. You're hoping there's like a hot pocket in the freezer.
I am not eating leftovers when I'm home from the bars.
What?
You're crazy.
Okay, I hear you.
You're crazy.
But I raise you. You know when you there was an era where I was so smart. I would
What?
think ahead of time.
Okay, I get the whole when you're drunk or you've had a little too much to drink and then you eat food and the food just tastes so good. There's a reason for that. I don't remember why, food tastes better when you drink or whatever. I can't remember. Something to do with carbs and sugars and shit like that. I don't know. What's interesting to me about this is Alisha normally doesn't eat like this at all. She doesn't eat Hot Pockets on the norm. She doesn't eat pizza like that on the norm, or the junk food on the norm. We usually see her shaking her salads there, in her vlogs from Sweet Greens or whatever the fuck those Kardashian salad places are. We always see that. So it's interesting to me that she's telling us oh yeah, I get excited because when I get home from drinking, I can eat Hot Pockets and shit. So I wonder if this is a way for her to feel like she can have some of those things, because she's talked about having issues with food before. If she feels like she can eat those things. Because she also says, too, she loves to drink because it makes her feel free. And she likes to run when she drinks, and she likes to feel free. And I suspect that might be because she has to be so in charge of a lot of things. she, you know, her sister, like, living with her, and if you want to talk about her sister, we can do that. Let me know in the comments, because I got some thoughts. You know, she takes care of her parents, too, financially. She sounds like she has quite a few financial responsibilities, and just in general, and that can be a lot, especially when you're taking care of, you know, other people's residents and bills and shit and things like that. And then also too, being responsible for employees as well. And, you know, so I feel like she's probably one of those people that feels like they have to be in control, or they're, you know, so uptight and so in control about everything all the time because of the anxiety it gives them, that the only time she can really unwind or not feel that anxiety, or that, like, you know, that, like that tension, you know, it's like a tension, you know, the only time she does not feel that, like, tension and feels free when she's drinking or when she's high. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, I kind of relate because I have a lot of back pain and stuff. So there's been times where, like, you know, I've gotten medications to help with, like, extreme pain, and it's a relief to not have that. You don't realize how much pain, if you live with chronic back pain or any kind of chronic pain, you don't really realize how much pain you're in until it's stopped. And then you get this, like, relief feeling because the pain is gone, and there's like a tension or like an uptightness that you had going on that is now suddenly gone because this pain is gone. And I feel like for her, she's doing that, but it's emotional pain. It's not physical pain, it's emotional pain. Like, I really do feel like our baby girl here is in a lot of emotional pain. And so I've been worried about her for, like, the last almost year. So yeah, let's continue. Let's hear them talk about what they like to eat. Like, it is like Foodie Beauty and Girl World talking about the food we like eating all the time. Like, let's just talk about food again.
I want to be in my fridge when I come home, so I would get that thing, even if it was like a pizza.
And remember,
or something.
Remi's on
I'm also not
Ozempic.
picky, and I will eat leftovers. Yeah, but, like, I would think ahead.
Ooh, I do love
that way
pizza.
I wouldn't eat crazy shit when we were out. Like, instead of, like, going to, like, a Denny's,
you guys
or,
know
like,
I love a good cheese
when
bowl.
I'm out 'cause I'm hungry all night, I'd be like, oh, I can't wait because my pizza's there.
Like, I love that girl math, but I
Your
raise
pizza's
you
there.
being at the bar.
No, stop with this girl math crap. Okay, I hate girl math. For someone, Remi loves to say, oh, women in STEM, you know, like science and, you know, like all that crap and engineering and stuff. Women in STEM and tech and shit. Okay, math. I'm sorry, you're taking women back when you did this girl math crap. I hate this girl math crap. There's always been a stigma for a long time, especially when I was younger. Even my mom, my grandma did deal with this. Women were bad with math. They don't say women. There's always been like a cliche about women being bad with math and money. And it was really bad, like 50s, 60s, 70s, from what I understand. You know, if you go back and look at a lot of stand-up comedy from the 70s, it'll really let you know the tone of, like, how people were kind of thinking socially back then, especially about women when it came to math and numbers and money. And, like, especially the whole, like, you know, well, I got it on sale. Well, you know, I saved so much money because I got it on sale. And then the guy would be like, yeah, but you still bet money to buy it. And then, you know, the laugh track on the sitcom would go and it would be like, ha, ha, ha. You know, like Married with Children crap, right? Love and marriage. I don't want to get dinged, but. So when I hear the whole girl math thing, especially when I've seen so many amazing female doctors, you know, women doctors, women astronauts, women physicists, women in just all kinds of amazing fucking jobs, women with master's degrees. I have women, my friends who are women with master's degrees and, you know, PhDs and shit, that it pisses me off to hear this. Like, I have a lot of friends who are women who have worked very hard in school to get away from stigmas like this, who are very, very smart. And Patrick, who has a doctoral degree, would even say, you know, like, he even will point out, like, some of my friends who are women who have their PhDs and their masters, she's like, they've had to work harder than me because they're women. And, you know, we'll point that out, you know, because he's seen it. So please stop taking us back 50 years, Remi. Please stop, Alisha, with the girl math. You're smart. We can do this, you know, like, you can take out your calculator and you can divide and come up with the sales tax and figure out how much the dress or the shoes are going to be on sale. You just, you know, like, I can figure out your guys' engagement, you know, ratio based off your comments to views on everything. You divide, you know, the number of comments by the views, and we get a percentage. And it's usually less than 1%. But yeah, be smart. Use your brain. Stop with the girl math.
Knowing it's
Let's
closing,
continue.
while you're getting an Uber, Postmating
Yep.
it to your house
I
so
mean,
it's fresh when you get home.
I will say that is the elite of all elites.
Yes.
I hate when you
That's
don't know what you
some-
want. So I think I like knowing
That's
ahead of time.
bougie.
I'm
That
gonna
costs
get this.
money.
I'm gonna get this because then I can think about it all night and I get
Uber
ready.
Eats
feel
and
that. I love
Postmates
that. What's your-
cost. Oh, wait. I forgot. I wonder if they get free kickbacks on Uber Eats too, because you know the Uber ride credits. You know, I told you about that, like how they'll have like, use my Uber code, you know, and get a free ride. Well, they get a free ride too because they're signing someone up for Uber. So I wonder if those Uber credits translate for Uber Eats. So of course, you know, Remi can just Uber eat something for free to her house, where the rest of us are gonna have to pay like $20 in delivery fees and shit. Like, girl.
Go-to Drunchie meal.
Reminds me of Chantal.
Ooh.
Pork
Like, if we were
shrimp.
going out tonight, what are you thinking about right now that you can't wait to eat when you go? Which, like, it's so funny because we could just not
That
go
is
out.
so weird. It is so weird that it's like, I'm going to go out so I get drunk so I can go home and eat while I'm drunk. That's like when Foodie would get so high to have the munchies on the Ozempic so she could eat on the Ozempic. She still would do that. She would remember Foodie Beauty would green out so that she can order all this like Uber Eats or Postmates crap. What? And this is, so you guys will go out to get drunk. It's not like you're going out and you guys are going to go party and dance and you're going to have a couple drinks and then, you know, maybe you had too many drinks. You plan for this. You plan to get drunk and go home and eat like this. This is a planned event. Wow. Okay. I never have planned on getting drunk. I was never like, let's get drunk, guys. Yeah. Let's green out. Yeah. It's like, no, I have a couple drinks. Maybe I feel good from it. Maybe I don't. But it wasn't the point. Usually, you know, a lot of times, you know, like pairing wine or pairing a drink with a meal enhances the food. That's why food will taste better when you're drinking, because it enhances the food and stuff. But it's not there for you to get drunk. And look, see, they're having to get drunk to make the Hot Pockets and the crap food, the crap greasy food, taste good. Wow. Let's continue.
You know, save some brain cells and like just eat it.
No, but it doesn't hit the same.
It doesn't. And also, like,
Save
Even just-
some brain
any
cells.
midnight snack. You don't even have to be
Do
drunk.
you
or
have a
whatever.
brain
Like, just like
cell?
a midnight snack on the
'Cause
kitchen
I question that.
eating in the Make
That's some Trisha Paytas shit there. Like, I feel like they're like, yeah, we're like Trisha Paytas. He. Trisha's, oh yeah, Trisha is popping off right now on her podcast. He. We're like that too. Just like, you know, Tana and Brooke are popping off. So they're like, you know, like Alisha on TikTok the other day is like, I'm Team Brooke. Yeah, because she's trending right now and you're hopping on that train. You're about to get on the first class express to go. You guys are already in Girl World. Let's just admit it. They're already there. But the rest of Girl World just hasn't noticed yet. I have enough time where I'm looking around and I'm like, I see some girls. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
On the kitchen floor.
Naked on
We've
the
done that
kitchen
a
floor.
few times.
My also favorite though is like I also love getting random shit. Like I'll get like some buffalo wings,
Yeah.
but then I get a taco, and then I'll get like things that just don't go together, but I want all of them.
I'm more of a one meal kind of girl.
You
I'm
love
like,
a burger.
I love a burger. But okay, I'll go into mine after. I need to know what your drunchie is.
I think it changes so much.
True.
I think
What's
it
your
really
Right now in
does.
this moment.
In this moment, tell me why I'm thinking of like a cheesy sandwich. So maybe like a burger, like a
This is crazy. This is crazy. They get drunk so that they can eat bad food. This is reminding me of foodie. I'm telling you,
a
this
moon's
is
over
some
my
foodie
hammy.
shit.
a what?
That's a ham sandwich.
Oh,
from
moon
Denny's. Cheese and ham.
Denny's. Okay, they're talking about Denny's. Oh, pause game. That's actually cute there. That's a cute little pause there. Oh, she looks cute there. I know her mouth is a little open, but like, I don't know. That reminds me of like a pose. I'm gonna take a screenshot of that. I like that pose there. If you just closed your mouth just a little bit, it just looks like a nice like you know. I don't know. I'm an artist. I'm always looking at poses and stuff. And in art, mid-action poses are the best. It adds movement and blah, blah, blah. You come over to my vlog channel, you know. I'm an artist. Okay, whatever. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, wow, girls. I don't even know what to say anymore. This is some foodie shit. This is some foodie shit here. Like, drinking for the... Alisha, baby girl, why are you heading down this road with Remi? She has grabbed your hand. It is like, let's get on the first train to GORL World. It saved Foodie from her channel completely taking a shit. It'll help you. Are you trying to make Alisha a lol cow, Remi? Is that your evil plan? Yeah, oh god. Let's keep going.
But I just love the name. Flex is not
The fact that is so niche. Oh my god.
People love moons over my hammy.
No, I mean,
Niche.
what would I name something? I can't think of it now.
Oh, sorry, I blinked out there. I was going to tell a story and then I just was stuck on that, like, pose. Okay. So, where I live, we used to... Okay. I know what I was going to talk about now. I totally brain farted there because I paused and, like, look at the pause again. Pause game on fleek today, guys. Okay, so... there was a Denny's, and it was by the mall. Okay, if you guys have ever been to the Coachella Valley Palm Desert, the Palm Desert Mall, the Westfield shopping. It used to be the Westfield Mall. Now it's just the Palm Desert Mall because Westfield pulled out. But now it's just like the Palm Desert Mall. Okay, there was a Denny's forever by that mall. And I just remember going to that Denny's after school dances and stuff. But there was a while that Denny's did not have a D on it. So we were all calling it Ennies. We call it Ennies. Ennies. So yeah, I remember going there a lot in my early 20s with Patrick when we first started dating and stuff. We'd go to that Denny's sometimes. Yeah, we were both living out with our parents. And you guys know my little story with Patrick. Like, we met in college, and then when I got hurt, he moved in. I was homeless, and me and my mom didn't have a place to live, so he moved with us, and we were able to pay bills and shit because of him and stuff. So yeah. But before all that, he was living with his dad, and me and my mom lived together. And so, like, late at night, like, you know, I didn't want to go home. I didn't want him to take me home. I still wanted to spend time with him, but there was, like, really nothing to do down here in this valley because it was the recession and everything was closing early, but the Denny's was open 24/7. So we'd go sit over at the Denny's and get, like, hot chocolate and share pancakes and shit and just hang out and chit chat with each other and people watch at the Ennies. So yeah, good memories. Those are memories I have. Yeah, that was before I got hurt. Let's continue here. I'm sorry about that. I brain fart all the time because, well, you know, I have the tumor in my head, and yeah, I brain fog from pain, but mostly I think it's the tumor and stuff. So
maybe I'll come back
let's
to that.
continue.
You would eat a cheese sandwich, like a grilled cheese?
I don't like a turkey melt, like
Grilled
a panini,
cheese.
like a
I
panini.
love a panini.
Yeah, a little pesto. Oh my god,
Mhm.
turkey
I was gonna say
panini.
turkey pesto, like a
That's
sun-dried
kind of
tomato.
fancy,
Is that what you want
actually,
drunk
for
food,
like
though?
I know, it just sounds good right now.
Drunchies.
Yeah, I'm hungry for lunch too. My go-to, a Denny's. I believe it's called the Grand Slam.
We've heard of. I've seen Remi order that Grand Slam burger on her vlog channel before. I've seen her have it like Uber Eats to her house. That's interesting. I remember her telling the whole story about how when she lived in downtown LA, privilege. Like, oh, when I lived in my high rise in downtown in LA in my early 20s, I used to love getting this from the Denny's that was downstairs of my building. Like, how fancy, blah, blah, blah. But yeah, I don't have that story. Mine was by the mall. Didn't even have a D. It just was Ennies. But yeah, like Alicia's like little like fancy there, like with her panini and stuff. Okay, if you guys came over from my vlog channel, you guys do know I love me some pizza. I love pizza, and then I like having whiskey and Diet Coke, and I feel like those are such great combinations. I love whiskey. Whiskey's so good. I love the caramely taste of whiskey. I feel like it pairs so well with like a Diet Coke, where it almost makes the diet soda not taste like a diet anymore. I also like pairing whiskey with like, let's see, the diet root beer, the A&W root beer, the diet one, and it has like a hint of vanilla in it. That pairs really well with whiskey too. So like, yeah, but like, I like to have pizza, especially like, me, I have to find the good cheese pull from the pizza. Lately, we've been doing Domino's. We've been doing Domino's again. One of my friends got me on Domino's, so we've been on a Domino's kick. But yeah, this is just interesting how like, it's like, I like to drink so that I can eat later. Let's continue in this.
Yep, with the egg.
Yes, it's got hash browns, egg, cheese, burger patty, and then I add a little ketchup mayo.
I've never been a huge egg on my
That's
burger.
too much.
I am
Girl.
an
That
egg
is
on literally
way
anything.
too much for
Absolutely
me.
anything.
I like the flavor. I think I just don't love how messy it is. So I'm like, omit.
I love, but that's why my cholesterol's so high.
Yeah, I don't like that
eggs.
either.
I could eat a dozen.
Okay, what is your guys' burger order? Let me know if you guys eat burgers, even if it's like, the Impossible Burger with like the patty or whatever. What do you like? Because here, for a while, I was on a blue cheeseburger kick when I'd get burgers. And here lately, here just in general, Foodie Beauty, and you guys know if you came from the GORL verse, she's ruined sauces for me. She's literally ruined sauces. Ranch, dipping French fries in ranch. Foodie Beauty's ruined that for me. So, I have been not having any sauces on my burgers. No dipping sauces. The other day, though, I did have some ketchup with fries, but other than that, no. But lately, like, there's a place by us in the Coachella Valley. If you're down here for Coachella, in La Quinta, there's a place called Burgers and Beer. It's off 111 and Jefferson. To buy the Costco, okay? So if you're in the Coachella Valley, you know. It's called Burgers and Beer. Get the beer batter fries. Delish. And the meat in the burgers are so good. I don't feel like I need sauces on it to like smother the burger. Like I think the last time we got burgers from there, I got a bacon cheddar burger, and I don't get lettuce, tomato, or onion on my burger. I don't like the way my hands will smell after, when you eat something with onion on it, because onion's so strong, it gets in your hands. I always think about when I was in chemistry and the name for the thing in onions that smell. It's like thiol or something like that. I don't know what the structure of it, and like that's what makes it smell so strong. But I don't like the smell of onions on my hands, so I don't do the onions. I don't want to deal with the tomato because tomato sometimes is a little like juicy and it just makes it messy. So I, kind of like just having the plain burger with like some cheese and the bacon, and then if I'm trying to be healthy, I'll just get rid of the bun, and just have like the burger there with like the cheese and stuff and fork it and whatnot. So yeah, what's your guys' burger order below? Let me know. Do you guys like specialty burger? Do you like a mushroom burger, like the Swiss mushroom burgers? Or I know in California it's really popular. They call it an Ortega burger, and it's usually like got chilies in it and stuff. So yeah, let me know. Comment below.
Eggs right now.
Let's continue.
I get it.
Or Crunchwrap Supreme.
Ooh, okay. Mexican always. I'm sorry. Mexican always.
No. Oh God, if you're Hispanic or from a Mexican family background, Hispanic, Spanish culture, you're like dying with me right now. Taco Bell is not Mexican food. It's Americanized, okay? That's not Mexican food. No. I'm part Hispanic. I live in the Coachella Valley. I grew up in a Hispanic family culture. No. Take that back. That is not Mexican food. Crunchwrap Supreme? No, that is Americanized. That is okay. I'm sorry. I'm part white, so I'm sorry if I offend you by saying this, but that's like white people. If you're Hispanic, you understand what I'm saying, but that's like a white person's version of Mexican food. You know what I'm talking about. If you're from a Hispanic family, you know what I'm talking about. Is like, you know, when you go over to one of your friends and it's like it's a white family and they're making tacos and you have the tacos and you're like, wait a minute. Where's the shredded beef? Are you using ground beef? Okay. Oh, you're not cooking the meat in the taco shell? Oh, okay. Oh, they're soft tacos. Okay, we're just gonna, okay. You heated the tortillas up in the microwave. Okay. Oh, so we're just putting it together like a soft taco? So it's just like a tortilla there with some ground beef on it? Taco seasoning? Oh, okay. Here's the toppings bar right on. That's not, no, if you're Hispanic, you know what a taco is, shredded beef in there and, you know, with the tomatoes and you cook the meat up first, the taco meat, and then you put it in you heat up your tortillas, your corn tortillas, and you put the meat in there, and then you put the cheese, and then you fry it up. Sounds so good, makes me want to make tacos. But yeah, no, Taco Bell, not Mexican food. No. No.
I feel like I've still
Let's
yet to find
continue.
one of my favorite Mexican restaurants in LA.
I'm gonna take you to that one by my house that I
Can
keep
you
telling you about.
take
Yes,
me to
yes,
that?
yes.
Please comment below anyone who like one thing I loved about living in the IE
I know.
in
I
Riverside.
can't tell
the Mexican
you
food
about
there,
LA, but
so
I could
good,
tell you
so
the
authentic,
Coachella Valley.
Like, oh my god,
It is really good.
and so many options.
And
Okay, Coachella Valley, there's a lot of places down here that are pretty good. Most of the time, though, if you come down to the Coachella Valley, anything that's going to be popular on TikTok, Yelp, is probably going to be a no. Okay, usually the really good places, ask a local. There's tons of places like God, I can't even say the name of it, but the place I get my abondiga soup from you guys know my vlogs, they have such great tortilla chips. Oh my God, we love their tortilla chips so well. It's a problem, but they're good. They're off of Doom Palms and 111 in La Quinta. If you're ever in the Coachella Valley, I can't pronounce the name. It's like a mezzo. It's like it's not like, it's like central Mexico, like the name and stuff. So it's with a T. I can't even say it. I can't say it. It's the white part of me, I guess. You know, that's what my mom would say. I'm sorry if that's offending white people, but I'm white and I'm just saying, okay, guys? I'm not always politically correct, and I try to be sensitive to people. I try not to hurt people's feelings, but I'm just being honest. Like, this is what's up. Like, you know, if you're Hispanic, you know, white people version of shit. Yeah, you know. And I'm part white, so it's like, you know, sometimes I'm there and I'm like, yeah. Anyways, let's continue here. Let's hear them talk about finding Mexican food in LA, which, yeah, I don't know about Remi and her judgment of the one by her house, since they think Taco Bell is Mexican food. That's a problem. Yeah, and you guys have been to Coachella. You've been down here. Have you guys tried any of the local restaurants when you come to the Coachella Valley? Challenge. Here's a new challenge for you guys. Instead of dressing up as each other and offending the LGBTQIA plus community, Why don't you guys challenge yourself to go to restaurants and do things that are not trending, on TikTok, that are just normal things? Can you do that? Probably not. Has to be trendy or it doesn't work.
Carne asada fries.
Let's
That's where I
continue.
discovered carne asada fries.
All of it.
And it's so good.
And I don't know. I know they're out.
Wait a minute. Remi grew up in Southern California and she just discovered carne asada fries. Remi, let me repeat this again. Remi grew up in Southern California, which is right next to Mexico. We could drive to the border today from my house, where I'm at in the Coachella Valley. She could drive to Mexico today from LA. Her and Alisha could road trip it to Tijuana if they wanted. Just discovered carne asada fries. I'm just going to let you sit with that. But then again, this is the woman who was excited to find the uncooked tortillas at Costco and just called Taco Bell Mexican food.
Here, they're just...
Let's continue.
Let me just preface that, sorry.
I know they're out here. I just need to find them. But one thing I despise more than anything is trying a new restaurant and not liking it. Like, the feeling of that wasn't worth it. Oh,
I agree.
but what if I find it?
But you also only appreciate
I
the
agree,
really
especially
good ones
when... I agree with them, especially when, you're like someone who works hard for the money, like most of your listeners, and then they go try something and it wasn't what they thought it was going to be and they're disappointed because they spent their hard-earned money on it. Think about that the next time you guys take a sponsorship or you hawk something and link it without the FTC thing below. This is why you're supposed to disclose you make money off this shit. Do you like how I turned that into a little learning lesson there? Yeah. Trying to keep this educational.
bad ones.
Let's continue.
Right. You are right. I'm not saying you're
They-
right.
I think look at it with
It
your
already got
lens.
ruined by Remi, though.
I just hate... even when you just order something and you're like, I should have gotten something else. Oh my God.
Yeah.
But that's why I'm a picture girl. Like, I have to
Right?
look at the photos. I need to
Love.
see.
We're Yelp
Especially when you're spending your
Photos on
hard-earned
Yelp. Sit down,
money. Especially when nowadays there's some people, like, when you go out to restaurants and stuff, like, inflation, you could see it. Like, so going to a nice restaurant, like, sometimes it's like $20 a plate, like 15 to $20 a plate, at a restaurant or more for a dinner, and that's more than you make in like 1 hour at work. Yeah, you're gonna be pretty pissed off and disappointed that you got something you didn't fucking like. Think about that. That's a lot of your audience.
was on Yelp.
Oh, and
Let's
when you
continue.
go somewhere and there's no Yelp available for it, I'm like, but I need to see it.
Yes,
I need to see it.
I agree with that.
Yeah,
But
I agree with
had a
that
wholesome
too.
weekend. I watched some reality TV.
Wholesome. She had a wholesome weekend watching reality TV. Those two things don't go in the same. Like, if you told me you watched some slice of life anime, girl, you watched some Studio Ghibli, girl, you watched some Weathering with You, or some like Shinkai movies, Suzume no Tamari. Did you watch any? No, you did not have a wholesome weekend. No, okay. So this is Alisha we're talking about.
And
Let's
I'm not
continue.
saying we need a reality show, but I'm saying if your Bachelorette isn't a reality show, I want confessionals.
I am in the midst of planning The Bachelorette currently. I
Wait,
know.
sorry, I don't know if I'm going, so I can't assume.
Oh my God. Oh my God. They are planning for her Bachelorette. Well, we're going to be reacting to that. So what else do we got here? Okay. We're still talking about how Alicia's the dab of the group. Okay. Because I wasn't going to react to all of this, but yeah, my cat right now, he's totally crawling over to get on my lap. It's funny. Frank is the cat whenever I'm talking about Alisha having a problem or something. He'll come over and sit by the iPad and stuff, or I'd watch her vlogs. He'd come over and sit by it. Like, there was one time where I was reacting to her and he reached his paw out and he touched the screen like, we're trying to help you, Alisha, but you're not listening. You think it's like hate, and it's not hate. They're worried. Okay, let's continue.
You're so right. Don't assume. When you assume, you make an ass out of you and me.
The way that my 6th grade teacher...
Okay, I've never understood that saying. I gotta rant about it. Because if I'm assuming something, but I'm telling it to somebody else, how is it going to make an ass out of them when they're not the one who assumed it? I was. They just heard me say it. You know what I mean? That's why I never liked that saying, because it was like, but the person who's being told that isn't being an ass. It's the person telling it. So how is it making an ass out of you and me? When it's really just me who's being an ass for telling you something that I assumed. Right? Plus, a lot of times assumptions are right. A lot of times it's intuition. Because see, like, I've made a lot of assumptions, about you and Remi. And then, like, later on, it would happen. Like, I gave you guys a lot of critiques about business. And I even said you could reach out to me for some business advice. Free. Because I know people who are on the business side of the influencer thing. Wink, wink, nod, nod, get it. But no, you weren't into that. So, yeah. And then later on, we found out that you didn't trademark basically unfiltered, right? Or what was it? Pretty unfiltered, right? And then you had to rename it because you got a cease and desist from somebody else who owned the trademark. I told you I could help you with that. Like, I filed my own trademarks. You don't need to pay a fancy lawyer for certain things. We talked about this, Alisha. Go watch my first reaction. Let's continue.
That on the board of our Christian school, and we all went, because she wrote ass. We were like, I was like, oh my God, I'm sure she got in trouble.
Remember also too, Alisha she's talked about this. She went to a Christian school that was very small, private school. Now, I kind of get this because when I was in middle school, before I went to high school, my high school was a public school, but in middle school, because I had a lot of like problems with school and stuff like that, and just getting lost in a bigger class size, I went to a small private school. One of them was it was Seventh-day Adventist, so it was more Christian. So I kind of, when she talks about some of the stuff from her, I kind of get it. I get the culture she came from. I get that whole culture. So there's a lot of things about Alisha which I kind of get. And it kind of also, I feel like, makes a little sense with the drinking to feel free thing, because she had to be so uptight about, who she was and stuff because of all these standards growing up in the school. And then also too, when you grow up in those things, you kind of carry it when you're an adult. So there's probably still like things that like she had to adhere to when she was going to the Christian high school and stuff, and that she still feels, as an adult, even though she doesn't have to act that way anymore. And yeah, it's just, I can see that, and I kind of relate to it a little bit. But like I said, I went to a public high school, so like I got lucky in that sense that I wasn't stuck in this like small little bubble group. Yeah.
So
let's continue.
Christian
At our Christian
school.
school, I was like,
but did it not stick with you
it
forever?
did. I actually think about it often.
I do too. Sometimes you just need something like that to just really, really cement it into the brain.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm in the midst of planning the Bachelorette. Have made zero strides on the wedding, but Bachelorette I am ready for.
Tell me why I think that's common.
Don't you have a planner for that?
I mean, either way, they're both going to happen. So eventually.
Well, I need to know, and you can just speak this out to the universe, to anyone. It doesn't have to be to me, obviously. But like, are there any things you want specifically for said Bachelorette?
I told you as you were in the ambulance, if mine doesn't end like this for me, and you.
Oh my God. So let's bring up again. We're talking about her bachelorette party and planning her bachelorette party. And over here, Remi has to find a moment to just insert what she wants for her bachelorette. Wow. I told you in the ambulance, like, she has to just insert, like, oh, I told you in the ambulance, girl, okay? Like, we have to just bring up again that, Alisha, it was drunk in an ambulance and got blackout drunk. We just have to keep bringing that up. It's like Remi will be sitting there and she could be talking about anything, and just, like, be like, oh, by the way, did you know Alisha got blackout drunk the other weekend? Yeah. Yeah, you didn't know? Like, She could be sitting there and she's like in her doctor's office and her doctor's asking her how this and that and if she's having any side effects or whatnot. And she'll go, oh, by the way, doc, did you know my friend Alisha Marie got blackout drunk the other day? Like, she could be talking to her mom about what she's going to make for dinner. And then it's just like, by the way, mom, did you know Alisha Marie got blackout drunk? You know, like saying hi to the mailman, or the Uber Eats guy comes by and he's like, thank you for the snacks on the snack cart you have in your backyard. She just randomly saw the guy and he's like, thanks. And she's like, oh, by the way, do you know my friend Alisha Marie got blackout drunk the other day? Did you know that? Oh, by the way, don't forget to take one of those granola bars and an extra Gatorade. It's hot out there. That's how I feel. I feel like she would tell the mailman. She would tell the person making her coffee. Like, she would tell her Pilates instructor. Like, she would tell the woman waxing her eyebrows that Alisha got drunk the other weekend. Way to go. Best friends.
Return the favor. I'm going to have some problems.
No,
I'm just kidding, by the way.
No, the way that I thought about it, and I was like,
what?
Here comes a hater comment being like, you're such a bad friend to Remi because you make her take care of you and you're a grown 30-year-old woman.
No. I've been saying that Remi's the bad friend. Remi's the bad friend for not having a sit down and saying, hey, this is getting to a dangerous level. I'm concerned. No concern whatsoever. Remi's fine. I've been saying she's a bad friend. You're not the bad friend, Alisha. You're having a problem or an issue. And I don't know what it is, but there's something going on. And I don't know if you're not at the place in life you wish you were, but yeah, you're not the bad friend. Remi is being the bad friend, especially telling parts of that night that you don't remember to other people and laughing about it like it's a joke. It makes me concerned. And it makes me sad for you, Alisha. I would never do any of that to my friend. But your friend does. Let's keep
But I was like,
going.
wow, like, no one ever gets that bad to where I have to take care of them. Like, I wouldn't.
If
I think
someone
I
could
would
just do it
Because
so I could
you're not
show that
supposed
I
to get
can.
that
like,
bad.
can anyone take one for the team and let me shine?
Well, I have chronic illnesses, and some people would say that is like taking care of someone who's inebriated sometimes based off of whatever the doctor's prescribing me. Hey, you want to come help take care of me when I have a bad day? You can do that, Alisha. You want to be a caregiver for a day? Like, I used to be there was a period of time, guys, where I was so sick from pancreatitis that my mom, like, Patrick was at work and my mom and him were taking time off to take care of me because I couldn't move because I was so sick from pancreatitis. You know, you've ever heard about caregiver burnout? That's a real thing. You know, people who actually have to take care of a family member who's disabled or has health problems, or an elderly parent, that's a real thing, caregiver burnout, because they don't get a break. It's 24/7 for a loved one. But yeah, if you can come to help take care of me on a bad day, Alisha, if you want. Just saying. DM me.
You know,
Let's keep going.
I would be really good.
You've actually never been in that
And I don't
position,
even like
have
being
you,
taken
ever?
care of
Only
on
one
a
time
bad
with
day.
Ollie. He would hate me. Sorry, Ollie. One time with Ollie, I like held his hair back, even though he had.
If you ever
short
been
hair.
there, you know.
I was like, I got you, baby. I feel like there was also someone more recently, and I forget who it was. I say recently, it was probably like 6 months. And I remember thinking, this is normally me. I'm so glad it's not me.
I mean,
Her time
There's-
is messed up.
and I mean this with love. There's always the dab of the group.
Am I a dab?
Yeah, babe.
Wow. Is that a funny, cute way of saying that you're a drunk or an alcoholic? You shouldn't have a dab of the group. If your friend is acting like that, there's a problem. Like, implying that we're giving her a name and saying she's the dab of the group implies that she does this all the time, which sounds like a problem. It's not funny. This isn't funny, guys. This is sad. I feel so sad. let's keep going. What does Remi have to say about Alisha being a
You want me to
dad?
tonight? That's okay.
Adorable.
But like, you can pass the torch on.
And
at my bachelorette, I will probably be the dab, and that's welcomed.
Well, one, you need to have
Pass
the most fun out
the
of anyone,
torch
so no matter
on.
what that fun is, let's go. Two,
I'm sure. Do you get the feeling that her bachelorette, there will be some kind of drama where she, like, it's not going the way Remi wants it to go because she's kind of a control freak and stuff, which we're going to react to her engagement video eventually. And then we're going to talk about it in comparison to Alexander Rodriguez because I see a lot of similarities. Oh. Yeah. The fact that you're like, yeah, my bachelorette, I want to be drunk. I want to be shit-faced. Yeah. Sounds like a recipe for it sounds like you're going to have a freak out, Remi. Like there's going to be several freakouts along this wedding, this journey to the wedding with the bachelorette and stuff. And I know they're going to be coming, and they're going to be about stupid things that don't matter. And she's going to have one of those freakouts at the bachelorette. And the alcohol's not going to help, but I can just see it. And then Alisha following her, but Rem, and Remi like running and being like, Cheeto Puff. Let's
turn
continue.
into mom mode. I just never have really had to be in
I
that.
know you could. And again, you're amazing with children.
Yes, thank you.
I think
Because
that it would really, your
you have a
maternal
problem.
instincts
You're the
would
one
come
with the
out.
problem.
Think about it. Like, babies kind of act like drunk adults.
No, I was literally just going to say that. Like,
I have said that. When I was younger, I used to say that babies and toddlers reminded me of drunk adults or people that were, you know how like sometimes when people are high, like these ones, and they're like, oh my God, and they're talking about something like it's the best thing in the world. Little kids will do that too, you know, like, yeah, I get it, but they're also not little drunks too. They're also human beings that need to be taken care of and stuff. So it isn't the same thing actually, but yeah, there's a difference between taking care of someone who's drunk, caregiving for someone who can't take care of themselves, like a baby or, you know, someone who's elderly, an elderly parent or grandparent or something, you know, type deal. Or someone like me who's messed up in so many ways.
They'll just throw themselves.
continue.
yeah,
They don't really make
they're
sense.
just a little like adults.
She
are just
couldn't take
heavier.
care of her
That's the only
dog.
problem.
Like literally 150 pounds heavier.
And I did tell you, watching them lift your limp body from stretcher to stretcher, it was giving Holden.
No. Oh, I know what she's talking about, that one story, yeah. But no, like moving people is they're trained on that. It's not that like, oh, like great and grand and hot and everything. Like I could well, not now because my back's so fucked up, but before my back got fucked up, I could move people like that, no problem. And I'm a woman. Girl math that shit.
You know, all that to say, please go listen to the Basically Unfiltered episode. We don't want to re-say the whole thing if you've heard it. And you know what? It was a great explanation. And I am okay.
We learned our lesson.
We have.
You know, hopefully it doesn't
Are
happen
you?
again. But if
No,
it
it
does,
won't.
even if it does, we all
Hope, even
are
if
growing
it
and learning every
does.
day.
You're so right, Remi. We really are. That's what life's about. Growing and learning and evolving.
Yeah.
And not only evolving.
Evolving. She got that from me. I'm not reaching. Okay, we're going to stop there. We're going to stop that there. Okay, I think, yeah, because they're going to go into this. What is their sponsor here? Quince. I always like taking a look at this stuff. Pack your bags with high quality essentials from Quince. I don't even know what that is. Yeah, whatever. Okay, so we're going to wrap this up here. Well, there's Remi. Yeah, let's wrap this up. Remi, next time you're going to tell a story like this, make sure you run it by your friend Alisha and don't peer pressure into being like, let me tell this story about how you were so drunk, you didn't know what was going on, and I totally put this paper towel underneath your vag because I'm a great girl squirrel. You're a girl squirrel. Girl with an O. Welcome to Girl World. Like, this is some shit. And then, like, running and telling Laura DIY. I know a lot of people like Laura DIY. I think Laura DIY is kind of catty in a way. I think she likes to gossip. She likes to get catty. I feel like she's like kind of like a cheerleader, you know, like head cheerleader, and like Remi will try to do that too, like, which we've seen that in Girl World. Foodie Bee used to do head cheerleader mode, as FFG would call it. FFG, French Fried Girl, would call it head cheerleader mode. And we see Remi do that here. She really did the head cheerleader mode here, the Regina George mode here, where it's like, guess what, guys? I'm going to tell this embarrassing story about Alisha that she doesn't know about, and I've already told other people. And we're texting about it in our group, in our secret group, which is also would make me feel really uncomfortable to know that this is something that happened to me when I was drunk at a low point in my life. I couldn't consent to anything. And then Remi turned around and told the story to other people I know, colleagues, YouTubers who have podcasts and love to, gossip and be catty too. And then was talking about it over and over again in a chat group. And then discussing if she got a UTI or a yeast infection. Alisha, this was Remi and Laura DIY talking about you getting a UTI or a yeast infection from not being properly covered up on the floor or something when you were going through either being, I'm going to say it, roofied, or you got too drunk. But either way, to end this is not your friend. This is not something a friend does. A friend doesn't take pictures of you at a low point in your life. A friend doesn't go, yeah, well, if this happens again, whatever. We're just learning and growing and evolving. This is not evolving. This is devolving. This is moving backwards. You're not moving forward. You're moving backwards. And Alisha, to you, you're definitely not going to be moving forward to anywhere having a friend like this, having people who are not watching you. Because look at this. Remi's life is doing great. Remi is going to be getting married. She's planning her bachelorette. Like I said, she has her own thing. She's got cooking with Remi. Her and Cal could, I think, get a food cooking show. If she toned down and was a little more family friendly and shit. I think she totally could get that someday. Because of the whole Korean thing, Korean cooking. But she needs to get cooking more like Rachel Ray type deal on her main channel. But she's got a future. And she's got a future because she built it off of your back, Alisha. She built it off of climbing over you. And she's still continuing to climb over you by telling stories like this without your consent and then making fun of it too in Snapchats and stuff. Your female health, your health of your female parts. And she's making fun of that. Gross. All right, guys. I love you. And yeah, let me know what you think about all this in the comments. I hope you guys have fun doing whatever you're going to do until we get together in the next one. And yeah, peace, guys.